Archangel Azrael. The end of a phase or a situation. Spiritual transformation. It's time to move on.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are. It's good to have you here. I'm doing a collective reading, and in this collective reading, it's just for whoever and however it fits. Take what fits and leave the rest behind for someone else. Also, I wanted to ask you to write in the comments if you like me to go with the zodiac signs, or collective, or both. Let me know in the comments, would you please? And thank you. Collective, this reading will be done with the Zen Tarot, also the I Ching, and it'll also be used as a guide for your life's journey, and the messages from the cosmos or the universe or angels, oracle cards. Now to start off with, I'm going to start with the I Ching, and the first card is excess. An excessive load that you don't have the strength to bear is weighing you down at this time, collective. And if you want to win through, you must quickly find another route. It's time to take action to find out where to go and who to meet. Violence and haste will not get you anywhere. During this unusual but short-lived phase, you really mustn't lose heart, even if you need to turn your back on the world for a while. Solitude leads to calm and then success at this time. It is advisable to put an end as soon as possible to any situations that are difficult to handle by using your common sense. Your next card, collective, is Justice. Whatever the problem is at this time bothering you, note that you won't be able to solve anything unless you tackle it directly and find the root cause of the trouble at this time. There's no point in beating about the bush or using stopgap measures that would only delay the final solution for you. To succeed, you need to bring together and to unite. But this is being hindered by an obstacle at this time, and the only way out is to take vigorous action to avoid a damaging situation. You need to inspire, respect, and be vigilant, firm, and decisive. It's up to you to make a prompt, clear, and sound judgment at hand. Your next I Ching card, collective, it's a sign of splitting apart. And this is a sign of danger. The situation is not to your advantage. Unfavorable conditions at this time. Now this is for some of you, not for all of you, so don't take it literally. The only course to follow is to remain quiet. It is not cowardly, but wise to avoid action at this time. Don't undertake anything that isn't right at this time. Whatever kind of situation you find yourself in, you must wait until the difficulties have passed. The only thing you can do is to show some generosity by giving something. You can also make a sacrifice for the benefit of someone who can help or comfort you at this time. Your next I Ching card is Resolution. Your hour has come. Those trying to spoil your fun are disappearing one after another. Their influence at this time is decreasing, and resolute action on your part will lead to a breakthrough. There will be no compromising with either yourself or others, no outbursts of hate or passion. Getting rid of faults does not mean fighting them, but proceeding with what is good and just. It is said that if your talents are expressed fully, you will succeed in resolving your problems completely, without suffering too much at this time. And rectifying the situation will entail a few small sacrifices. At the bottom of the deck, gentleness. Be kind to everyone and accept things with lots of humility and without growing hard. If necessary, rely on someone who can see further than you, or who has more strength and power than you for the moment. Don't try to use violent means, but a force that gradually pushes in a single direction. Doubts? Reservations? It's clarity of judgment that will dispel these compromises. Intrigues? In your social life, it will be the influence of a prominent person that puts an end to these things. Reflect on these truths at this time. Here is the oracle cards I have for you at this time. These are a guide in your life's journey. The first card is Revelations Await. Embrace the mystery that embarks on a journey of discovery, and watch as secrets unveil before you at this time. Your second card, Seize every moment. Embrace each moment, collective, with purpose, for time is a precious gift on your journey of self-discovery. Third card in, True Intentions. Collective, stay authentic and aligned, trusting your inner wisdom to guide you toward genuine fulfillment. And last card, Go Your Own Way. Kind of reminds me of a song Fleetwood Mac had. But go your own way. Trust your intuition and embrace individuality, paving your path with courage and authenticity. Be authentic at this time, collective. Your last set of cards, before we get into the full reading, is Messages from the Angels. The first one out is check with your body at this time. Release any tension that you're carrying. Someone's having some tension and some issues. The second card is, this angel says, stop ruminating over what you did or didn't do. Let it go. Let anything go. Don't carry it. You carry it. It's a weight that's hard to deal with. The next card is, your life is so special. Treat it with loving care, collective. And say goodbye to your past and leave the baggage behind for good. Somebody's trying to carry the weight of the world at this time. Yeah, it's time to get rid of it. Your card up is the Mind from the Zen Tarot. This is the situation of your head. I see cycle handles and pedals and strange things that you have gathered from everywhere. Such a small head and no space to live in. And that rubbish goes on moving in your head, and your head goes on spinning and weaving. It keeps you occupied. Just think what kind of thoughts go on inside your mind. One day, just sit, close your doors, and write down for half an hour whatsoever is passing in your mind. And you'll understand what I mean, and you will be surprised what goes on inside your mind. It remains in the background. It is constantly there. It surrounds you like a close cloud. Now with this cloud, you cannot know reality, and you cannot attain to spiritual perception. Now this cloud has to be dropped, and it is just with your decision to drop it that it will disappear. Remember, you have free will, so you have the choice of your own to do these things. Now this cloud, it is just with your decision. You are clinging to it at this time. And this cloud is not interested in you. Remember that. The cloud's not interested in you. It's just repeating things in your head constantly, and it's not going to end. Now this is called the Page of Clouds, so this would be the Page of Swords. It's telling you that somebody somewhere is stuck in their head. A head trip. Take a look and make sure it isn't you at this time. The next card in the Zen Tarot is the Rebel. This is the Emperor in the regular tarot card deck. The Rebel challenges us to be courageous enough to take responsibility for who we are and to live our truth. People are afraid, very much afraid of those who know themselves. They have a certain power, a certain aura, and a certain magnetism. A charisma that can take out alive young people from the traditional imprisonment. The enlightened man cannot be enslaved. That is the difficulty, and he cannot be imprisoned. Every genius who has known something of the inner is bound to be a little difficult, to be absorbed. He is going to be an upsetting force. The masses don't want to be disturbed, even though they may be in misery. They are in misery, but they are accustomed to the misery. And anybody who is not miserable looks like a stranger. The enlightened man is the greatest stranger in the world. He does not seem to belong to anybody. No organization confines him. No community, no society, and no nation. The next card is politics. And this is the Seven of Clouds. This is Seven of Swords. Collective. This is the Seven of Swords in the regular tarot. And as you know, the person depicted in the picture is picking up the swords while the camp of soldiers sleep. And he's walking away. He's being stealthy, but he's also being deceptive. In the Zen Tarot, it says, take a good look at yourself to see if you have been playing this game. Have you been playing a game of strategy? Maybe somebody in collective has been. It doesn't serve anybody at this time. And it doesn't serve anybody's interest in the end. And it doesn't serve you, least of all. Whatever you might achieve in the way will just turn to just dust in your hand. The next card for you, collective, is the Death card in the regular tarot. And it's called Transformation here in the Zen card. This is a time for a deep let go. Allow any pain, sorrow, or difficulty just to be there, accepting its facticity. It is very much like the experience of Gautama Buddha, when after years of seeking he finally gave up, knowing there was nothing more that he could do. That very night he became enlightened. Transformation comes like death in its own time, and like death, it takes you from one dimension to another. A master of Zen is not simply a teacher. In all the religions, there are only teachers. They teach you about subjects which you don't know, and they ask you to believe because there is no way to bring these experiences into objective reality. Neither has the teacher known them. He has believed them. He transfers his belief to someone else. Zen is not a believer's world. It is not for the faithful ones. It is not for those daring souls who can drop all belief, unbelief, doubt, reason, mind, and simply enter into their pure existence without boundaries. But it brings a tremendous transformation. Hence, let me say that while others are involved in philosophies, Zen is involved in metamorphosis, in a transformation. It is authentic alchemy. It changes you from base metal into gold. But its language has to be understood not with your reasoning and intellectual mind, but with your loving heart, or even just listening. Don't bother whether it is true or not. And a moment comes suddenly that you see it, which has been eluding you your whole life. Suddenly, what Gautama Buddha called 84,000 doors open. I see in these cards that in this first row, this is the past. And someone in the past thought that they were a ruler of whoever they were going after. They played a political game, and what angels right now are warning is saying transform. This person needs to transform and go within and see what he can let go of and learn to let go of. Let's get out of this energy. I don't like it. Your next card is the star in the regular tarot. It's called Silence. Now is a very precious time. It will be easy for you to rest inside, to plumb the depths of your own inner silence, to the point where it meets the silence of the universe. There's nothing to do and nowhere to go, and the quality of your inner silence permeates everything you do. It might make some people uncomfortable, accustomed as they are to all the noise and activity of the world. Never mind, seek out those who can resonate with your silence or enjoy your aloneness. Now is the time to come home to yourself. The understanding and insights that come to you in these moments will be manifest later on in a more outgoing phase of your life. Your next card is Rebirth. It is the 10 of Clouds. This card depicts the evolution of consciousness as it is, described in Friedrich Nietzsche in his book. Thus spake Zastra. He speaks of the 3 levels of camel, lion, and child. The camel is sleepy, dull, self-satisfied. He lives in delusion, thinking he's a mountain peak, but really he is so concerned with others' opinions that he hardly has any energy of his own. Emerging from the camel is the lion. When we realize we've been missing life, we start saying no to the demands of others. We move out of the crowd, alone and proud, roaring our truth, but this is not the end. Finally, the child emerges, neither acquiescent nor rebellious, but innocent and spontaneous and true to his own being. Whatever the space collective you're in right now, sleepy and depressed, roaring and rebellious, be aware that it will evolve into something new if you allow it. It is a time of growth and change. The next card is the outsider. A small child in this card is standing on one side of a gate looking through it. He's so small and so convinced that he cannot go through it. He cannot see that the chain holding the gate is not locked. All he has to do is open it. Whenever, collective, we feel left out or excluded, it brings up this feeling of being a small, helpless child. It is not surprising, as the feeling is deeply rooted in our earliest childhood experiences. The problem is that because it is so deeply rooted, it plays over and over again like a tape in our lives. You have an opportunity now to stop the tape, to quit tormenting yourself with ideas that you are somehow not enough to be accepted and included. Recognize the roots of these feelings in the past and let go of the old pain. It will bring you the clarity to see how you can open the gate and enter that which you most long to become. Your last card is Going with the Flow. Every moment in life, we have a choice whether to enter life's waters and float or to try to swim upstream. When this card appears in a reading, it is an indication that you are able to float now, trusting that life will support you in your relaxation and take you exactly where it wants you to go. Allow this feeling of trust and relaxation to grow more and more. Everything is happening exactly as it should. You're not late. You're on time. You're right where you're needing to be. As I see in the rest of the cards by looking at them, you will be receptive to healing. And that healing will bring creativity. And with that creativity, you will be like the fool and take a leap of faith in your life, which will offer you maturity at the end. This reading went into 2 parts, and the second part is of the one that I didn't like the energy with. I don't know why it was there. I'm not going to ask the angels too much. They weren't happy with that situation. But they need to participate and get rid of the sorrow. They're exhausted mentally, physically, and emotionally. And they need to have an understanding of what they have done and where they have been and what games they have played. This offers them the chance to be mature, to Take a leap of faith and let go of the past and move forward, and maybe gain some insight at being the person they should be and what they're here to be for. In your ending, I have the totem card for you, and it's the bee. The bee offers networking, connection, and energy. The honeybee works on its hive to bring nourishment to all the bees, including the queen. I hope this reading helped you in some way. I hope it helps those who need help. I hope it guides you where it needs to guide you. Remember, you do have a choice. You do have free will. There's nothing written in concrete. Your future can change by the drop of a hat or a snap of a finger on the choice that you make, whether right or wrong. I wish you love, light, and take care, dear souls.